What's up, geeks and gamers? My name is Drementfh, and welcome to Thorium Gaming. And we're back with Nightly Valor, our attempts to bring the light of the Lady of the Lake to the entirety of the old world. So, on the Total War Warhammer front, just before we get into things today, well, there's another Lord's pack coming out. Malus Darkblade, who's a dark elf with a demon stuck inside of him. And Lord Snick, they're coming out in a new Lord's pack on December 12th, so 2 days from the time you guys are seeing this. Not too keen on the Dark Elves getting another Lord, but getting Lord Snicked is great. He is the Skaven leader, if you want to call him that, of Clan Eshin. Think Master Splinter with very, very, very worse morals. He's the leader of an assassin group, so that's what they do. But that's coming out in a couple of days. It's going to add some more units in, some new chariots, a bunch of units for both the Skaven and Dark Elf rosters. So it should be interesting to see. And as of time of time of publishing, I guess, not recording, I'm going to be knee-deep in a battle mech. And it's going to be awesome. Because as of recording, tomorrow, MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries comes out. So I'm probably going to lose an entire day of conscious thought to, piloting a battle mech and getting set up so we can run through it together and have some fun. It's going to be great. I hope it's going to be great. You never know. Like, I could screw up piloting, because I'm known to do that. So what are we doing in Nightly Valor now that we're back on topic? Up north, we've got our two lords, Muffin and Adadon, getting ready to take on Ice Drake Fjord. Probably on our next turn, because we finished off a turn. We'll get them to camp and regen their troops just a little bit. Way up in the northeast, after we lost the King's army, which was kind of disappointing, Fort Ostrog came under siege from Clan Mulder, and we're probably going to lose Fort Ostrog. Hopefully we don't lose Stragoff as well, because then we can just respawn the king there and have him spend a few turns building up another really strong army. And of course, back in Bretonnia near Corone, we have Lord Yogi getting ready to cross the ocean and come up and help out his friends up in the north. And then way, way down south, we've got Grimaldus and Phoenix. We're probably going to take Wizard Khalif's palace. It's a good place to, kind of take over, and if we can, it'd be great. And while I'm thinking about it, we might as well build the docks back up at Lashik. Might put us into conflict with the Tomb Kings, though. Hopefully our lords are up for that task. I'm guessing the Empire is going to go after what's left of the Chaos stack. At least that's my hope. If they come out and fight us, well, these army stacks are a little underwhelming because they've been doing a lot. Phoenix is in good shape, but Grimaldus' army, having reclaimed Lashik, is a little undermanned right now. So we'll have to deal with that. And we got really nothing going on over here in the east except for Iron Rock and Barag Dawazbag. Every time I say that, it sounds so wrong. But they're providing us resources still, so we're good. Now, we don't really want to upgrade any of our settlements right now, and we're just going to pass it over to the other nations and let them have some fun. I do a lot of voiceover for what the Empire is doing, because right now they are on a massive, massive roll. Hopefully they'll take out some of the threats up in the north and allow us to get our chivalry up so that we can start off the last great war. I'm thinking that we may, in the end, have to go to war with Khemri. I don't really want to do that, but yeah, it might have to happen. The Tomb King armies are frustrating for me to fight. They always have been. It's mostly because their units regen so fast, they don't have any upkeep. It's really, really easy for the Tomb Kings to start steamrolling, especially once they get some of the later dynasties. That said, though, we do know that Clan Moors? Yes, the Red Skaven clan has been hitting Khemri from the east. So if we come in from the west, if the Tomb Kings respond to the Ratman threat, it might open up a little bit of a window for us to take a few of the cities over and push. Though we'll have to take a quick look at the political situation so that if we do go to war with them, we're not screwing ourselves over in the process. And I'm really hoping that the Empire takes on... Well, They're not going to take on that Chaos stack. But it does look like they're starting to push towards the Dark Elves up in the northwest. I mean, Hexawaddle and Lothern are kind of taking care of it. But the Elves and the Lizards kind of, sort of push, I guess? I don't know where I was going with that. But we'll get down to it. Something will make sense eventually, I swear. Usually it's just my rambling going on and on and on and on and on and on. But let's face it, you guys should be used to that by now. At least no one has tried to assassinate me yet. Yes. Well, with Warlord Snicked coming out, maybe someone will try. I mean, the Ratmen don't really care as long as you pay them. And they'll probably try to stab you in the back anyway. But at least you know what's coming. Alright, Balthasar Guilt, where are you headed? Looks like you're headed back out east. Your army stack got greatly diminished after your fights with the Chaos stacks that... Well, we're appreciative that you did it. So we'll have to see where you end up heading. I'll have to look at our technology eventually too, see if we have the decree against the Ratmen. Be nice to have that and actually fight it out. The Dwarves and the Wood Elves have been battling it out for a while now. It almost might be time for us, if we can reach Val's Anvil now, because the Dwarves just kind of sacked it, it might almost be worth taking the war with the Wood Elves. We do have two armies down here, and they've been kind of holding firm for the longest time. They've just been sitting there. So we might have to engage them and take over some more of the forest. The Great Oak would be, of course, the primary goal in there. Knock off the Lothern Forest attrition. Wood Elves do have one of the worst starting positions that you could possibly have. Now we get to see what the Warriors of Chaos are going to do. I mean, they're pretty much down to brass tacks right now, as far as they go. Sigvald the Magnificent is their last legendary lord, and I don't know what they're going to do. Are they going to end up going to war with those Chaos Rebels, or what's going to go on here? It looks like Sigvald's just going to move and camp again? Looks like Orion's gonna go into reinforcement range. That other Elven army's probably gonna go after... Oh, that's Durthu. Went after the High King, who was just raiding their territory, so... Who knows if they'll extend. No, they're gonna fall back. We don't really have an army stack around there that's capable of dealing with those Wood Elven armies. So something we're gonna have to kind of focus on. And there's Throg, that gave us one of the weirdest fights ever. And now he's been beaten. Granted, the king took out like 6 mammoths on his own during that fight, so it was still one of the weirdest engagements I've ever had in a Total War game. But I guess it was kind of entertaining. I'm hoping it was. I was laughing at the situation more than the actual fight. So we'll see how it goes. Clark Herond. The High Elves, I almost said Wood Elves, have enough forces there to actually take that city if they wanted to, and they've been pushing towards Nagaron pretty steadily. Their army stacks are definitely able to do it. Ooh, there's a lot of Lizardmen armies too. Okay, what's the plan there, Azure? Are you guys pulling back from the Druki holdings? Because it might be an avenue for us to exploit. Pretty sure we have the technology for the Safer Shores Decree. which would allow us to get some chivalry based off of defeating the Druchii forces. We're getting very, very, very close to being able to launch the last fight of this entire series, and then prove that even with the handicap of our vows getting reset, we still got it. We should be able to push through. Red-crested skink chief. Are they simply going to reinforce the high elves? I do love the Mayan and Aztec names that the lizardmen have. It's almost impossible to pronounce, but it does work. So the High Elves going to take that reinforcement and just completely obliterate Clark Herond. Have to see. It'd be nice to see the last defenders push to the north and actually deal with the vampires that they've been fighting, but for the most part, they've been just chilling, having fun, you know, not doing anything too major. How do the Dark Elves still have so much power when they've been getting pushed back so hard? So they must have army stacks that we're not aware of right now. We know of the one in Clark Herond, and apparently there's one at Naggarond itself. Oh, and Clan Molder and Norska are allied now. Great. Is that a Black Ark? Yes, that is a Black Ark, so they just resummoned one of their Black Arks. There's an army stack moving into Naggarond. Now, Clan Moors. One of their assassins running around. I wonder if there's going to be something special involving the assassin hero class for Clan Eshin. That would be kind of nice to see. And Cetra the Imperishable. Being all imperishably. Looks like they're going to take on that Chaos stack. And lose badly to the Chaos stack. So tempting to go after Camry. Wonder if we have any diplomatic treaties with them. Pretty sure we do. I don't want to tank our reputation too badly, because, well, we don't want the other forces of order to kind of turn on us. So we gotta be a little bit careful with what we do. The Exiles in the Heck have not been pushing too hard. Oh, it looks like Clark Herond actually has the Sword of Cain in it, so we'll see how that works out. Not really a whole lot to say with the Exiles right now. Now, Kislev, they could actually turn everything around right now. At least as far as the north goes. They move in and fight Clan Molder on our behalf, which they might just do. Oh. We've got very, very weak forces. It's a 50-50 shot. We're actually going to fight this battle. See if we can keep our forces in reserve and let the nation of Kislev push in and see what they can do. If we can hold off long enough, because that's a lot of slaves, we might just be able to break this. They don't have that many clan rats. Now, it looks like we're coming in as reinforcements.
Doing our duty! Hold steady!
So we'll try and set ourselves up in a position to help the Kislevites. Let's just pause really quick. Now, do they actually have Kislevite flavoring to their units? Doesn't really look like it. Nah, I would have loved to have seen Winged Lancers, but don't get that lucky right now. Let's let go. See about them setting up their army.
Shields! Aye!
And we're going to speed it up. If we can set up behind our Kislevite allies, depending on where their mortars go. And apparently, we're already under attack by clan rats. Clan rats we have now routed. With any luck, we won't have to sit for too long to wait. And they're really intent on spawning their units near us, but we're getting help from the Empire Knights that Kislev has brought. Looks like they're advancing across the field. That is a lot of Ratmen. Are they completely routed? Almost. We need them to get their mortars into position and start shooting. Because I sincerely doubt that our weakened units can take on too many Skaven slaves all at once. It looks like Kislev is actually starting to shoot, which is a good thing for us. We're going to try and hold this flank and counterattack wherever the enemy goes. But there's so many Skaven slaves coming towards us. We're just going to hang back a bit and do as much damage back here as we can before we have to charge in. Advance our archers just a little bit. Don't have that many. 45, 55, 61 archers. Hopefully they can do something with it. Looks like some of the Skaven units are already starting to rout, though. Alright, Bretonnian infantry. Let's hit this Clanrat Spears with Shields unit in the flank. Might be the rear at this point. See if we can eliminate a few of them. So many rat men. Look at this mob. There we go. We're engaged with some clan rats. I wish we had one unit of cavalry at the least, because then we could send them around and deal with those warp lightning cannons. Come on, Kislev, you need to recharge. Get back in here and help us. Those Doomflayers hit our troops. We're pretty much in a bad position. Looks like they're going to, too.
We serve the king!
Looks like... Are those Pistoliers or Outriders? Why are you just sitting there letting your... Oh, they're Missile Cavalry. But you got... Come on, Kislev. You should jump in and help us out here. Okay, apparently the Kislev infantry unit that was helping us here either got wiped out or got pushed back. Forces are kind of taking a beating right now. But they're breaking on their morale front because they're Skaven slaves, so they don't really have a lot of morale. There's another unit mobbing back in. Our units are starting to lose their morale. Let's see if we can pull our leader unit out of there. This is not going well for us. Kislev still might be able to pull out a victory on it. Come on, guys, we're starting to turn it. Alright, we've completely routed their Warlock Engineer, and there's a victory! So Kislev managed to pull it out for us. Wasn't exactly the most tactful thing we've ever done, but close. We lost 51 soldiers? Or lost 149. I was doing the wrong math. He was telling me straight up how many we lost. We lost most of our force, but Skaven's lost a whole lot more. Of course, we're going to execute the captives. Well, that was nice of Kislev to come in and help us out. Definitely didn't hurt our chances any. Are they going to finish that army? I don't think so. Still a lot of Skaven in there. They're going to siege Fort Stragov. It's unfortunately outside of our range of doing something with. I lost a lot more Skaven slaves. They're probably going to take... Oh, they're not going to take it. They're just going to damage it. That is literally all of Clan Moulder's remaining forces. The Warherds of Chaos are still alive somehow. And there's this last stack of the Puppets of Chaos. We might get a second fight in if they come after our army stacks. Though they're probably going to hit that Empire stack, which would be foolish, but it's Chaos, so they might do it anyway. Hex's Death Metal is still probably the coolest name that you could possibly pick for a Chaos Champion. Oh, they aren't going to take on the Empire stack. That means we can fight them next turn. That's the Rebels. So many Chaos Rebels. Stragov was sacked. As we all knew. So we're going to have to look at our technology anyway. We do not have the Desert Purge, but we do have the Sewer Cleaning. So let's grab the Desert Purge while we're able. What are our relations with Chivalry like? We have a military alliance with them, so probably not going to be able to actually fight them.
Wisdom are yours. Leaving. Do you know who I am?
So let's finish off this Chaos stack. Well outside our fight range.
Moving out.
Glittering Scales. Phoenix got Warrior. And the Puppets of Chaos are gone. We cannot quite get to the Wizard Caliph's palace. So the Empire is probably going to colonize it. And let's get full plate armor maxed out for Grimaldus.
Protector of the realm.
Let's start on it for Phoenix. So we might be able to pull them back, let them recover.
Noble. I will indulge you.
Well, for now, let's go as if we mean to carry on.
Going forth. Taking my leave.
If we get a chance to
Onward.
capture the Wizard Caliph's palace next turn. Now, Icedrake Fjord. It does not have a large garrison, but it's got a lot of tougher units.
My reputation precedes me.
Aedidon can make it.
Of the lady be upon you.
So let's
Onward.
put Muffin there.
Blessings of the lady be upon you. Attack!
Let's see what we can do about this.
Strike them down.
Well outside of our fight range. Armor of Silver Steel.
Protector of the realm.
We'll get you Scarred Veteran for now. Moving closer to Icedrake Fjord. And we'll put up a chapel to the lady. As well as a couple of other things just to help us out. Then we can go after the Longship Graveyard and Doom Keep. I have no idea where Doom Keep is. Oh, it's all the way up there? So I guess we'll be going after Bjornling's Gathering next.
Do you know who I am? Glory.
And Lord Yogi, let's get you out onto the water. Get you headed towards Norska. And how long do we have to wait on our king? 3 more turns. Okay. Fort Stragov got kind of banged up, so let's see what we can do about repairing that. I very much doubt that we'll be able to handle another Clan Molder attack. What is the garrison here? Well, if we have the Grail Knights on the next time, we might be able to deal with it. So we're 16, 15. So we should be able to get to the final crusade eventually here. Should be under our objectives. Obtain 2,000 chivalry. So only 385 to go. Might be tough to pull off with what we have left to fight. But we'll see how it goes. let's pass it over to the other nations and see what they do. The long turns, it's a little less exciting. I kind of get that. So, yeah, we're just going to have to see how things tend to work out. I mean, I don't want to miss what the other nations are doing, because it could sincerely affect what we plan on and how we get it to go through. And they took the Wizard Caliph's palace, of course. But that does not mean that Grimaldus and Phoenix do not have a place to go. We can go fight Clan Moors, which will give us more chivalry, because we're going to get the sewer cleaning decree. Well, we have the sewer cleaning decree, which means that we can go fight Ratmen to get more chivalry. There's not a whole lot of bad guys left to fight. We may have end up having to fight it out with the Wood Elves too. I was gonna take a look at that before we ended the turn. Oh, you know, I'm kind of silly sometimes. It happens. See if the dwarves go after them again, and then what they do will really determine what we do. Because at this point, Order has pretty much won. It's whether or not we can kind of keep everything going together as to whether or not we win. That was a new unit type that I didn't recognize. Missed the chance to scan it. And Karl Franz has a ton of handgunners, including the special handgunners. I mean, the army concept kind of makes sense, but doesn't have a whole lot of melee infantry at all. Hopefully we'll see something that gives us an opportunity to start fighting other bad guys too. We're kind of pushing on Norska, which is nice. But if we eliminate Norska, we might lose our chance to get the last of the chivalry we need. It's coming down to the wire for us pretty much. And quickly too. We need to push and be aggressive over the next few turns. See if we can actually pull it out. Even though that means breaking our military alliance with Khemri after we go over and start fighting Clan Moors. So, is he going to go after the Ratmen? If he wipes them out, they're going to retreat. Are they going to retreat far enough to prevent being wiped out by the dwarves? Apparently so. Belagar Ironhammer. Just moving around a little bit. Now, is the High King going to go back in and raid? Where are you going, Grumbendal? Hey, Alaric Getgold's still cruising around. He's not Zufbar. It's the one just on the inner side of the mountains here. Maybe it is Zufbar. Yes, it's Zufbar. I was thinking Barrackvar. Dwarven names, you know. Where I was going with that is he was the lord of one of the lesser factions that got confederated with by the dwarves early on. And Prince Sigvald's kind of penned in on every side. He probably has a pretty tough army at this point. Tough enough anyway. Oh, we can't do it, Orion. We can't do it. We might need to start beating on you, and a non-aggression pact would set us up for a bad situation. So this is going to go back and forth with the dwarves here, because if we do go to war with them, hmm. Thinking and talking, not my strong suits tonight, apparently. Keep losing my train of thought. Which isn't unusual, let's face it, but kind of hampers me being able to talk over everything when I'm kind of losing where I'm at in my own head. Be thankful you guys aren't inside my own head. It's scary in here. At least I have the voices to keep me company. I really want to see the Azure take on Nagorond. That would be perfect. But they kind of seem content to hit the lesser Druchii strongholds instead of going after their capital. It's a little weird that they would do that. I mean, yes, taking out the strength from around the capital will prevent any surgences or anything else, but if you take Nagorond, well, that hurts the Dark Elves in ways that are hard to recover from. Be like us losing Corone. Massive amount of gold per turn, lots of highly upgraded structures, and one of the cities that has a huge garrison. And the High Elves did not finish the siege. The Lizardmen are kind of surrounding it, so I don't understand why the High Elves wouldn't go in. They are allied with the Hexawaddle Lizards, as far as I'm aware, so it wouldn't make sense for them not to attack. I mean, all you need is one battering ram, and everything else can use ladders. If you have the Lizardmen helping you, they'll probably have pterodons. And of course, pterodons don't need ladders or siege towers. They just, fly over walls. The Druchii got to be running out of characters and everything at this point, too. We've seen the couple of sorceresses running around. All the way down to the southeast to Clan Moors. They're still going after Numis. So I think going after Clan Moors might be one good way to gather up a little bit more chivalry. I mean, Norska's got a lot of settlements, so we might be able to pull it out with just Norska. But if we could get more going all at once, then when the king is up, it'll be a lot easier for us to get to that final chivalry moment and start the crusade. Even though it's going to take us a while. And probably on the next episode, I'm going to speed these turns up, because we don't really need to see much more after this. Now that we are on the offensive, we can just focus on tearing down cities and enemy army stacks. Gonna leave it for the rest of this one because, well, we're almost done this one. But on the next one, we'll probably speed the turns up. Make sure we can get through it. This series is pretty much winding down. Okay, that makes sense. I was about to ask, Kislev, why are you not fighting the Ratmen? But you've got Chaos Rebels to deal with. And I sincerely hope that Clan Molder does something silly. I mean, Fort Stragov got a turn to recover, so if they attack Fort Stragov, we might be able to take them on. They're just gonna raid for a little bit of food. Alright, great migration. If we do it, we lose 3 control and gain growth. We don't really need it right now. Wars of Errantry. Okay, so this is actually the final quest. So we can either attack the Chaos Hordes or the Greenskin Hordes. And since we haven't fought the Greenskins in a long time, we're going to go after the Greenskins. It's way out in the Badlands. Fight that final Errantry war, which means as soon as the king is up, we can start him off pretty close and get him an army. But that's going to do it for this week, guys. We got that final Orcish battle to look forward to. What are the enemy forces on it? Lots of reinforcements are expected, but Skarsnik, with a bunch of, well, named Night Goblin forces, but we're going to probably see a lot more. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this week. If you liked the video, please consider hitting that like button. If you'd like to join up with the 232, see yourself pop up in this or other Let's Plays, just hit that subscribe button, and make sure you turn your notifications on so you don't miss when a new video goes out. And remember, guys, life is a game, so play to win, and until next time, take care.